Morning.
Good morning.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to the production diary for the Pendragon Cycle.
Action!
Our reshoots are complete. Our edit is complete.
The frost will catch you up.
We're just beginning that final process that'll remove all those last distractions and will deliver the story to the audience in the way that's the most engaging, a finished product, in January of 2026.
We finished the final edits. Now you're moving into color correction and sound mixing and all these different other aspects of what we call finishing.
My name is Jonathan Sheldon. I'm the head of post-production at Buffalo 8, and I'm a post-production producer on this project. This is a soup-to-nuts post-production facility.
So you rap?
We do everything under the sun here in post, from picture finishing, post-sound, visual effects, to final delivery. We're making sure that all of these departments are heading downfield and getting on top of the work and doing the work to expectation. We engineered an entire professional-grade color space in Nashville that is being watched and viewed by the producers. They're looking at final grade reviews. We'll send our colorists to Nashville to work directly with the team, and they're working on the same system we have here.
The sky is overpowering his face.
Yeah. I'm Mark Todd Osborne. The colorist is a very important position because we help design the final look of the movie or production before it goes to broadcast or to cinema.
I think in this shot, his eyes have gone a little blue.
Okay. Yeah. I'm here in Nashville working with Jeremy and Ryan. Our first meeting together was great. And we set looks throughout the entire series, and so it was quite a lot of work to do. Setting looks is the first thing you must do with a colorist. Once we decided, okay, this is the way it should look, I grab what's called a color still of it. That way I know what the director wants from that scene. Because now I have a roadmap. I can always look at that still and go, oh yeah, that's what the scene's supposed to look like. So it's up to me now to make it all look that way for every angle of that scene.
It's my second time to work with Mark Todd Osborne. He worked with us on Lady Ballers, great colorist, and his job on a show this big is quite complex because first, with each environment, each world that we visit from Savalac to Cathay in the north, he's helping to create the sort of colored temperature that makes it feel like you're in those worlds. We're very golden in some of the other Summerland stuff, but because there's green in the shots, because everything here is so brown.
If you apply that same look to the riding shot that we were on, how does that look?
Yes.
We didn't always capture that in camera on the days. Some of the scenes that we shot in the Summerlands, we shot in Hungary in December. It's not warm at all. Osborne's job is to make it feel as though we shot that in summertime. Very hard to make those feel like they were shot at the same time so that the audience doesn't have this disjointed experience of watching the film, but they live in that exact moment with those characters. That exact moment, of course, never existed. So we have to create the illusion that that exact moment did exist. That's what we mean when we say color correction.
I'm getting ready to start finalizing color on episode 103. It's going to be the first episode, I believe, that we're going to finish. They're still working out some details on some of the other episodes. I'm excited about the scope of this show. King Arthur legend story. Really, to me, it's just a series of mini movies. It's very cinematic. That's what excites me about it.
I have no doubt that you will fare far better than me, Merlin.
So we are at Insight Studios, just outside of Nashville, and we are mixing the show. We're hearing score, sound effects, and sound design.
Boar's working for me. You like the boar?
Yeah.
Boar's great.
Yeah. It's fun to hear the show come to life.
My name is Brian Berger. I'm the supervising sound editor and re-recording mixer for Pendragon. My job is to lead a team of sound editors and sound designers in sort of crafting the creative and technical aspects of the show and then mixing all of the elements together and kind of creating that whole sort of sonic atmosphere.
We have Yarmer Kaplan and Brian Berger working with the Foley team, working with sound design, working with ADR, and all of that's happening on each episode.
Everything you hear is going to be touched by the sound team. Whether it's something that was shot in production, like dialogue.
I'm surprised to see the standard of Magnus Max.
The footsteps of soldiers, to the birds chirping in the forest, sword battles and men screaming. Anything you really hear, the sound team has a hand in.
When he's approaching, maybe just start to feel the footsteps a little bit, like ease it in.
Okay. It's just a little too hot now. I think I want to hear the dog chewing more.
And your flapping tongue.
Could be you flapping tongue. Ah!
Something like this.
Yeah, cool.
So I think there's sort of three ways that you kind of see sound broken up in post-production. First is Foley, which is a lot of people's favorite kind of part of the behind-the-scenes process, because it's really bizarre to look at.
My name's Nick Kinney. I'm the Foley artist here at Buffalo 8. As you can see, Foley is a pretty dirty job. I've been playing in the dirt, recording some dirt movement for this episode. It's an interesting day every day. Foley is basically the process of re-recording sounds that you see and would hear in a movie, things that characters touch and interact with to kind of give more life and more detail to the picture. The idea is to fully mimic every detail of, a character's movement while they're, for example, on the dirt or on the wood or whatever surface they're on. That way it's, fully custom and you can really tailor the sound to the details of the particular project you're working on. It can be repetitive a lot of times, especially if you're out the outside looking in. We're doing the same thing over and over, but yeah, that's kind of what it calls for, and that's what gives it character. Toilet paper comes in handy. A broom handle, bristles are useful for certain things. Different types of glasses and cups. Just different random metal objects that have a different sound. They all come in handy. There's been times where people have thrown garbage out on the street and I'll pick it up and think, oh, this will be a good sound for something. Times in my at home where I'll just find something or something will come in the mail that'll be like, oh, this has an interesting sound. We'll bring it in. But yeah, it's just a variety of stuff. A lot of this is stuff that would have otherwise been thrown away, but can be repurposed for Foley.
Here we go. Okay. It's a big one.
We're in central London today doing ADR for Pendragon Cycle.
Will you follow me? Against the Saxons. Because I need every single one of them to defeat Hengist.
Cool. Yeah, I think playing it a little softer, Jared used the word weaker. I think that's a good thing to remember too, that you're in this sort of vulnerable state, right?
Yeah. Because I need every single one of them to defeat Hengist.
Another kind of huge element of post is automated dialogue replacement. ADR.
My brother surely meant no disrespect. King Avalok.
Bring that sword back, I tell you!
My father and my king, I bring you a great gift.
If there was a line on set that was totally unusable,
Karis,
a plane flew overhead or someone dropped something in the crew in the background, and you have to replace that line.
The High King would do his worst.
Actors will come in and re-record any lines that need to be changed. But for this show where you're seeing a lot of ADR is in larger battle sequences.
I'm watching through all of the episodes and noting any lines that are not clear for us, and I don't think the dialogue editor might be able to clean up using the tools that we have available to us.
And we will settle this the old way.
And making cue sheets that I can send off to the recordists for these ADR sessions. The hardest part of my job is probably keeping track of as many characters as we have, just keeping track of files on files on files that I'm sending off to various studios.
This is to be Arthur's story. It is the most enjoyable, wild character and experience I've ever done in my acting career, so I'm happy to come back.
You must listen to me, Uther.
Out of my way.
First week on episode 3. We're about 25% of the way through it. Basically, we're dealing with a few character introductions. So Jeremy is coming by today to discuss the character suite for Merlin.
Of course, our main character in season 1 is Merlin, and so his music is the most important music in the series, so it's very complex. It has these broad movements that can serve us at different points. It's really come together. It's probably been the thing that we've worked the hardest on nailing, and I think Kyle has nailed it. It's also the one place where I've really gotten to participate in the creation of the music, because the sort of main element of Merlin's theme, and indeed to some degree the main theme of the show, is a melody that I created when we were writing the show. I brought it to Kyle. Of course, he's evolved it as a true composer would into something far more beautiful than I could have ever accomplished. But it's just another one of those places where I feel like I've gotten to imprint on the series, which, of course, I've been working on this for so many years of my life. It feels nice to not only hear my words or to see shots that I'd been dreaming about, but then to also sort of hear this musical composition. It's really made it personal to me. It's a really special musical moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. Pretty buried in the mix, I feel like.
I feel like it is too, yeah.
There should be some musical cue that reconnects us.
Yeah.
I would work on that in the mix, and as quickly as possible. I'd like for people to be able to watch this over the weekend.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would say the biggest challenge so far with the score has been the fact that we're trying to do a throwback Hollywood score and just having to all break our addiction to sort of the modern ambient score and have the confidence to really have motifs and melodies. I would say that Kyle and I have both been pushing each other to be more daring, to play more actual notes, to have more singable melodies in our score. You're sticking your neck out when you write a melodic score. You're giving someone something to have an opinion about. If all of your music is flat and all of your color is gray, there's really nothing for anyone to have an opinion about. But we're not trying to be ironic or hip. We're trying to tell a classic story. We're trying to tell a story that can transcend this moment. It's very aspirational, and I think that will pay off for the audience.
It's been extremely fulfilling so far to work on the project that was shot with so much care. Everyone is bringing their A game to this project. Everyone's inspired by the footage. For sound and the visual medium to come together to bring it all to this dimensional realism is the goal. We're really excited to get it there.
Our show is starting to sound like a show. It's starting to look like a show, and there's still a lot more work to do. And one thing we haven't talked about yet, and that's visual effects. All of that's coming up on the next episode. Hope to see you there.